Before you ever lose a customer, there's usually a quieter problem hiding underneath it. You know your business is good. Your competitors probably are too. But when a customer lands on 5 different websites and every one of them promises quality, experience, great service, and customer care, those claims stop meaning anything. The moment people can't clearly explain why you're different, price quietly becomes the deciding factor. That's the central argument behind how to create a competitive advantage in your industry. It isn't asking whether you're better, it asks whether a customer can actually see why you matter. If that sounds familiar, the book digs into exactly why it happens, and the link is in the description. Now think about your own business for a second. Do you struggle to explain why someone should choose you instead of a competitor? Has every conversation started revolving around price? Do your promises sound suspiciously like everyone else's? And is your biggest advantage something that only works when you're personally involved? Those aren't random frustrations. Each one points to a different part of the same chain the book builds across its first 5 chapters. If you're trying to understand why your business isn't standing out, subscribe and turn on notifications. The channel breaks down one business book like this every week. The first domino is surprisingly simple. Everyone says they're the best, so no one is. Customers can't verify your quality from the outside before they buy, so when every company makes the same "we're better" claim, those promises cancel each other out. What's left is price. Chapter 1 makes the case that the goal isn't being better than everyone else. It's becoming meaningfully different, so customers stop comparing you on the same terms. But there's a catch. Most owners don't even realize how similar they appear. That's where Chapter 2 comes in. You experience your business from the inside. You remember the extra effort, the careful decisions, and the problems your team solved. Customers never see any of that. They compare a website, a few reviews, and maybe a referral. The book explains why owners consistently underestimate how crowded their market really is, then introduces a structured 4-pass audit that forces you to look through a stranger's eyes instead of your own. If you've ever discovered a competitor you didn't even know existed, mention it in the comments. It's more common than most owners think. Once you see the overlap, another decision becomes unavoidable. Many businesses try to be the affordable option while also claiming premium value. Chapter 3 argues that those strategies pull against each other. True cost leadership depends on efficiencies and scale that most small businesses simply don't have. Without that advantage, repeated discounting slowly destroys the margins you would need to build real differentiation. Instead of choosing a lane, many businesses drift between both, and the market ends up treating them as neither. Even choosing differentiation isn't enough if your difference doesn't survive scrutiny. Chapter 4 explains that a real point of difference must be specific, something customers can verify, something they actually care about, and something competitors aren't already claiming. Saying you're family-owned, committed to quality, or passionate about service usually fails that test because everyone else can honestly say the same thing. The book lays out the framework for identifying claims that customers can actually remember and repeat, rather than marketing slogans that disappear into the background. Then comes the final piece. Suppose you've built a genuine advantage, but it only exists because you personally remember every detail or deliver every experience yourself. That's not really a business advantage. It's personal effort. Chapter 5 argues that if your edge disappears the moment you step away, buyers, lenders, and even employees see greater risk. The book makes the case for turning those personal habits into documented systems so the business owns the advantage instead of the owner carrying it alone. And that's really the compounding chain running through these chapters. Sameness makes customers compare prices. Blindness keeps you from noticing that sameness. Indecision traps you between competing strategies. Weak claims fail to separate you. And even a genuine advantage creates limited value if it only lives inside your head instead of inside the business. That's the heart of what how to create a competitive advantage in your industry is building toward. And the book explores each step in depth. If you'd like to dig into the complete framework, the link is in the description. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. If this breakdown helped you recognize something in your own business, I'd love to have you back for the next one. Turn on notifications and subscribe if you're interested in practical book breakdowns that help businesses stand out instead of blending in.